432 Park Avenue has to be the most talked about and controversial New York City skyscraper of last year, and all of the drama surrounding the building seemed to really put a damper on sales of condos around there, with potential buyers concerned about investing their hard-earned money into a building plagued with issues. This past week, it looks like luck has taken a turn for this troubled building though, because one of the most expensive units in the building on the 82nd floor, once listed at $90 million, is now officially under contract for $70 million. This sale marks a huge milestone at 432 Park Avenue, since there has not been a sale closed for over $26 million here in years. Something tells me that the residents and the other realtors representing those residents in this building are stoked about this news, because the perception is kind of starting to change at this iconic skyscraper. Now, if you don't know the backstory at 432 Park, you're gonna have to go check out my other videos, because there's kind of a long story to tell there. But the summary is that there's this 1,400 foot tall building in Manhattan off of Park Avenue and 56th Street that was constructed back in 2015 by the luxury real estate developer Harry Macklowe. Standing as one of the tallest residential towers on the planet, this luxurious building attracted some of the most affluent buyers in New York and from all over the world, including China, Brazil, Russia, and Germany. There were 104 units in total available for sale here, and the first 81 units sold for a median price of $18.4 million. By 2017, some of the higher priced units had hit the market, with the largest sale in the building being to a Saudi businessman named Fawaz Al-Hakar. He paid $88 million for his 96th floor unit. All of this sales activity didn't come as a huge surprise, because at the time, this was the second tallest building in town. It was loaded with amenities, the market was crazy hot, and the place was designed by world-class architect Raphael Viñoly. He's the one who came up with the extremely simplistic and unique exterior. The drama at 432 Park Avenue started not long after the first batch of residents started to move in, after a ton of complaints about the building swaying and settling, plus running into issues with things like plumbing, electrical, and the elevators. Now, it's pretty common for any new construction building, whether it's a small house or a huge skyscraper, to have some issues early on with settling and things like that. But when you're a resident who just spent tens of millions of dollars to live in one of the most elite buildings on the planet, and you already start to experience serious issues within months of moving in, it's a bit concerning. Everything really started to come to light throughout 2021 as the residents mounted complaints against the developers and the HOA, and a huge blow to the reputation of the tower was when the New York Times published a story in September titled "The Downside to Life in a Super Tall Tower: Leaks, Creaks, and Breaks." Again, we've covered the drama at 432 Park Avenue at length here on the channel in the past, so I'm not gonna get any more into it today. But let's just say that even though the developer pushed back on these claims, saying that the safety issues are vastly over-exaggerated, 2021 was still a very rough year for this building. Now, looking at all of the activity at 432 Park Avenue as of the filming of this video, there's currently 15 units available for sale. There is one 3-bedroom unit that's available for rent, and there's only 4 apartments that have sold in the past 12 months. So let's flip through some of this on Zillow together really quick. We can filter by recently sold first, and that'll show you everything that has sold in this building over the past couple of years. The most recent sale in there was January 9th of 2022. This was a 1,400 square foot, 1-bedroom, 2-bathroom unit on the 38th floor. You can see it's really nice inside, but there's not too much to it. It's a pretty small place, and it sold for $4.5 million. The next sale after that was a pretty big one. This was a 65th floor unit for $26 million. It's 3 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, and it's got 4,000 square feet of space inside. This unit sold on December 3rd, 2021, and you'll see that someone definitely lived in here because it's furnished really nicely, so that probably made it a lot easier to sell because potential buyers could picture actually living here. And after that, let's just look at this one more together. This one went for $19.1 on September 2nd, 2021. There's 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms inside, and it's got 2,600 square feet of interior living space. This one's also furnished really nicely, although to me it kind of looks like this is a staging job versus someone who actually lived in this place. I gotta hand it to them. The designers did a really nice job in these units. The choice of finishes is really clean, really classy, and pretty timeless. See, so there are a few sales that have happened recently at 432 Park, but they are few and far between, and I just imagine that that's because most of the potential buyers out there are a little bit spooked about putting their money into a building that's been in the news for all the wrong reasons lately. Anyways, let's flip over to the for rent list next, and there's actually only one unit in the entire building that's available for rent right now. They're asking $75,000 for this place. It is 4,000 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 4.5 bathrooms, and this one sits on the 72nd floor. The first image shows some furniture in there and some great views. Obviously, you're gonna have great views if you're that high in the sky. The next one shows a shot of the floor plan here. You've got your kitchen, your living room, your dining room, you've got a library room. In the master bedroom, you've got his bath and her bath, and then there's a couple more bedrooms over next to that both have ensuite bathrooms and walk-in closets. The photos from here forward go back and forth between that like imagery of furniture and then just an empty room. Same story with the finishes flipping through here, just really clean and simple and elegant. I cannot imagine paying $75,000 per month to rent a place, but I guess that's New York for you. Okay, now last, let's flip over to the for sale section of the building. We've got 15 units available for sale in here right now. I've got these things sorted from lowest price point to highest price point. So you can see here the cheapest unit in the entire building is $7 million bucks. It's on the 29th floor and it's about 2,000 square feet. And then as we scroll through the list, you'll see we get to $10 million, $12 million, $20 million. 21, 22, 26, it keeps going up into the $30 million range. And then the most expensive units in the building are this $79 million unit, $135 million unit, and last, the $169 million unit. We're not gonna flip through every one of these things together, guys. If you wanna do that, you can go to Zillow and look at the photos yourself, but I will say that a few of these units have been featured on some other YouTube channels, both Ryan Serhant and Enez's channel. Go check those out if you want to see these units in more detail. They are awesome. The news of the $70 million buyer here hit all of the major headlines lately because this building really has been a point of such controversy lately. And it turns out that the buyers are Yossi and Gail Benchtrit, who already own a 4,500 square foot, $24 million unit on the lower floor of the building. If you're like me and you're wondering how this couple that you've never heard of before can afford all of this expensive real estate, we can start with Yossi, who's the chief procurement and programming officer at a company called the Altus USA. And according to his company bio, he's responsible for all strategy management and procurement of goods and services for this company, who seems to provide high-speed broadband and HD video to other companies. And Gael, on the other hand, whose name I'm almost definitely mispronouncing, is the founder and owner of Clinique des Champs Élysées, which is a shop that provides cosmetic treatments and innovative procedures for the face, skin, and body. The $70 million unit that this couple just bought on the 82nd floor is 8,000 square feet, which means that they just paid $8,750 per square foot for this place. Now I've got something to show you. I've done this analogy in the past, but I just have to do it again really quick for the dramatic effect. So this is a piece of floor tile that I have installed throughout my entire house. This thing is 2 feet by 2 feet square. At 2 by 2, this thing represents 4 square feet of living space. And with these people just having paid $8,750 per foot for their new apartment at 432 Park, that means that this much space represents about $35,000 worth of value in their new place. Insane. All right, so here's the unit on Zillow. You can see it is marked in pending status, so probably closing pretty soon. It's got 6 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, like I said, just over 8,000 square feet, and I mean, gosh, this is definitely one of the nicest apartments on the planet. There's not a ton of photos here, guys, but as I flip through a couple of them, I'll read you a part of the listing description. They say this place occupies over 8,000 square feet. It's perched over 1,100 feet in the air, and obviously it's got breathtaking 360-degree views of all of New York City. All of these finishes are picked out by a design house out of London, so it seems like it was actually recently remodeled. Of the 5 bedrooms, 4 of them have ensuite bathrooms. There are 2 powder rooms, 2 offices, 2 dressing rooms, a media room, and an oversized eat-in gourmet kitchen. Throughout, there's 12-foot, 6-inch ceilings, Each one of these windows that you see is exactly 10 foot by 10 foot square, and I guess this 82nd floor has been completely refit with centrally controlled state-of-the-art media, climate, and security systems. And then this last shot, they give you a picture of the floor plan, which is pretty cool. I always like whenever they give us this perspective of the floor plan so we can just kind of get the lay of the land. At first glance, it's kind of hard to even figure out where the front door is, and then you realize that it's an entire floor unit, so in order to capture all the views, you've got windows on all the exterior walls, so the front door entrance is actually here in the center. You've got your main entry here to the left and then a staff entry here to the right. Then there's a couple other access doors which will get you up here into this dressing hall or down here to the kitchen and great room area. But anyways, you walk through your main entry, you've got this little entry room, then you've got the great room and the dining room, and then the kitchen is here at the bottom facing south. If you go through your entrance and you cut through that little coat room, you'll actually get straight into your master bedroom, which has a huge master bath and 2 attached dressing rooms. And then just down the hall from those dressing rooms, you've got your home office and then a media room, so that's where you put your theater. If the people who bought this apartment don't have any kids, then all of these other guest rooms here along the east side probably will never even get used, or if they do get used, it'll probably be by staff. It's hard telling if the sale of this unit is just a fluke thing or if it's going to give other buyers a boost of confidence who are looking at 432 Park. Either way, I guarantee that all of the residents and people who do own apartments here are getting a bit of a sigh of relief because there's just finally some good press on this property. If you enjoyed the episode and the update today, guys, hit that like button down below before you go. That really helps to support my channel. And remember to click subscribe as well if you're not already a subscriber, because I'm putting new videos just like this one out every week. But that's all I've got for you guys this time. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, see ya.